Welcome to Naturally Inspired Radio, where we expose what's broken in the healthcare system, connect you to real health solutions, and inspire you to take back control of your life. We want to help you feel empowered, informed, and free to live naturally without fear, confusion, or dependency. Download our latest book on real solutions for health at naturallyinspiredradio.com. Naturally Inspired Radio is a nationally syndicated show broadcast on over 100 radio stations, online platforms, video channels, and podcast feeds. Follow us on your favorite platform today, hit that like button, leave a comment, and engage in our special live stream chats, Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com to learn more, register for our weekly giveaway, and explore past episodes. You can also connect directly with Tammy, follow her on all major social media platforms, and discover more about our featured guests and trusted radio partners. Are you looking for better health? Work with Tammy today and take the first step toward a healthier, more empowered lifestyle. Schedule your complimentary 30-minute lifestyle assessment to explore personalized guidance on nutrition, movement, toxin-free living, and natural beauty without pharma. Get started now and discover Tammy's preferred health products at naturallyinspiredstore.com or text Tammy directly 720-303-8868. Love the show and want to support the movement? Head over to naturallyinspiredradio.com and click on the support tab. There you'll find all the ways you can get involved. Join our Naturally Inspired community, become a preferred customer, attend one of our amazing live events, get your backstage pass for exclusive access, and connect to all things naturally inspired. Thank you for tuning in today. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Did you know that a single collagen supplement could support your heart health, help protect against EMF exposure, and reduce inflammation all at the same time? Our preferred foundational collagen not only supports radiant skin and joint mobility, but also promotes heart health, reduces inflammation, strengthens hair and nails, provides added protection against the effects of EMF exposure, and so much more. Our favorite collagen is super absorbable and easy to take. Just 1 tablespoon in the morning and another in the evening for maximum benefits. Here's what our listeners have to say.
This collagen is so easy to take, I've noticed a huge difference in my hair and nails after just a few weeks.
Since I started using Tammy's preferred collagen, my joints feel more flexible and my skin looks smoother.
Try it today at naturallyinspiredradio.com/collagen. When you purchase from Naturally Inspired, you get access to our group health coaching call and so much more. Go to naturallyinspiredradio.com/collagen.
Are you ready to stay informed and inspired 24/7? Tune in to Naturally Inspired Radio anytime, anywhere. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com, or for the best mobile experience, download the Simple Radio app. Search for Naturally Inspired Radio, save it to your favorites, and click on the graphic to listen instantly. Catch live broadcasts, revisit past shows, dive into long-form podcast conversations, and discover rare, censored presentations by leading health experts. Plus, explore documentaries uncovering the hidden truths of occult and esoteric history. Stay connected, stay inspired. Naturally Inspired Radio is always at your fingertips. Tune in now. For health questions or comments, text Tammy directly at 720-303-8868. naturallyinspiredradio.com.
The information and other content provided on this radio show or in any linked materials is provided for informational purposes only, not intended and should not be construed as medical advice. It is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment.
Welcome, everybody. It's Wednesday, and it's time for Naturally Inspired Radio. I'm so glad you're joining me today. It's kind of a misty day outside. It's a little overcast, but the sun's out. Definitely more leaves are falling on the ground, so fall is definitely here. So beautiful day in northern Colorado. I hope it's beautiful wherever you are. Got a great show planned for you today. I can't wait to get into the daily topic today, which is, that's the topic we talk about at the top of the show because it's the things that are shaping culture. And I can't wait to get into this today because it's a little maddening how we just are so easily controlled this way, that way, over here, back here. Like, where are we looking? Where are we looking today? Where are we looking? And I'm finding that I'm just like, I'm tired, you guys. I'm tired of it. I mean, I know you can probably relate. It's been like 5.5 years, right? Or 5 years. I think it's been 5 years, right? It'll be 5 years in March. Right? Or was it 5 years in March? No, it was 5 years in March since COVID started. It'll be, yeah, that's right. Now my brain's working. It's going to be 6 years in March since COVID started, you guys. 6 years. And I don't know about you, but like I'm talking to people every day and they're telling me, I just kind of lost my mojo. I feel like I'm not as excited about things anymore. I don't know, like I used to be really active. I used to, go to yoga. I used to go to here. I was really super active, but I don't know what happened. Like I just kind of lost it and through COVID, and then people are still having a hard time getting back on track. And so I hear you and I think, why is this? Why is this such a common pattern? Well, I'm going to dive into it for you today with our daily topic. And we're just going to hash it out because I think it's time. Great news in kind of the Make America Healthy stuff keeps happening. Everyone's freaking out again, because Trump's bringing in prescription and blah, blah, blah. Patience. Okay? That's what I will say about that, but we'll dive deeper into it. Bill Gates, that creepy little fellow, that creepy little Kermit the Frog looking fellow. He's talking about tracking and tracing and how he wants to track and trace pregnant ladies. That's just creepy, right? Like, just don't say that. Don't say that, Bill. Anyway, he's got more stuff to say, and I'm going to share it with you. A great story I want to cover is the role of prebiotics, probiotics, and symbiotics, which is a two mixed together, how that's affecting your type 2 diabetes. So this is, I know we've talked about gut health when it comes to diabetes before, but this is a little bit different. This is a new research paper that's out, so I want to talk about that. For our health topic today, I want to talk about the power of fasting, autophagy, but also why you need to flood your body with nutrition. So as I've told you over the last, I'm good now since the weekend, but before that, I had run out of my polyphenols, my cellular reset. And that's kind of inspired me to talk to you about nutrition on a deeper level, because you may be leaving some things on the table and you may not be maximizing how good you can feel right now. Hint, hint. It's not just your age. Okay, so we're going to talk about that. And then, of course, we have a naturally inspired moment. So let's get going because, like I said at the beginning, I start here, like I was just tired. You guys, I'm tired. There are so many stories going on that are shaping culture. And I just want to make sure that people are taking care of themselves. Take care of yourself. Because if you are looking at this from an elevated point of view, who is chasing, who's benefiting from chasing the left, chasing the right, over here to this story, over here to that story. Now religion is coming in. I'm just really worried for us, you guys, okay? Because we can be really, we are being controlled, and it's so obvious to me. So let's take a little laugh break, shall we? I don't know about you, but I love me some Norm Macdonald, and I sure wish he was around with us today. I think he could lighten the load on everybody. So check this out. This is Norm Macdonald.
You know that you are a cis male? Have you ever heard of that term?
A cis male?
Cis male. C-Y-S-M-A-L-E. So what it means is that you are a man. You're born a man.
Well, as far as you know.
As far as I know. And you identify yourself as a man.
Yes.
That's a cis male.
Now, I don't understand. Where does that... Is this a new phrase?
Yes, it's a way of marginalizing a normal person.
You guys, it's so true, right? Gosh, I love me some Norm. The reason why I play that is because of Netflix. Have you seen now, there's now a new boycott to boycott Netflix, because Netflix is using their platform to change culture, to shape culture. And the way they're doing that is they're weaving into their programming. And that's exactly what it is. It's programming. They're weaving into their programming. And I'm talking about children's programming. Included in this is these terms, they, them, cis, trans, woman. I always mess it up. Trans woman. I rarely hear trans man. I rarely hear trans man. I always hear trans woman. But anyway, you know what I'm talking about. That whole rebranding of gendering people. They're weaving that right into their shows. And when I saw Norm say that about being cis, it cracked me up, because that's precisely what it is. It's just another way to divide. And you guys, we keep taking the bait. There'll be a boycott on Netflix. And what was last week's boycott? Last week's boycott, was that Cracker Barrel, or was that 2 weeks ago? What was the boycott before that? What was that one? Well, we know the Bud Light one was a pretty big one. Do you get what I'm saying here? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I personally do not want my business judged by my politics. I'm here to share ideas. I'm here to share how I break things down and how I think about things in the world, just as a regular old human being, I have a passion for connecting people to real solutions for health. And I believe that if they can kind of pull the curtain back and see how things are actually being orchestrated, I believe they'll want to connect to those real solutions for health. And I know when they connect to real solutions for health, that they will get better results. So there's a whole message behind my show and behind all of the work that I do. I do a 2-hour show every day, but most of my day is spent with you. Assessments, right? Where we sit down together, we have a good conversation about what's going on with you, because that is how you shape culture. When someone leaves an assessment with me, it's rare that they don't walk away with a piece of information that is something that that it's going to change the way they look at their health forever. Whether they apply it or not, that's totally up to them. But every time they think about at least one thing, if not multiple things, they're going to remember what they learned in our session, and they're going to reconsider their choices. That's shaping culture, one person at a time, right? Hey, what about this? Do you understand insulin resistance? What's going on here? What kinds of medications are you on? Do you know the side effects of these medications? Here, let me send them to you. I'm not giving medical advice. I am connecting people to information that is readily available to them. Chasing news stories every day. They're forcing you to shape the culture for us. Stay tuned, everybody. This is Naturally Inspired Radio. We'll be right back.
Did you know that a single collagen supplement could support your heart health, help protect against EMF exposure, and reduce inflammation all at the same time? Our preferred foundational collagen not only supports radiant skin and joint mobility, but also promotes heart health, reduces inflammation, strengthens hair and nails, provides added protection against the effects of EMF exposure, and so much more. Our favorite collagen is super absorbable and easy to take. Just 1 tablespoon in the morning and another in the evening for maximum benefits. Here's what our listeners have to say.
This collagen is so easy to take, I've noticed a huge difference in my hair and nails after just a few weeks.
Since I started using Tammy's preferred collagen, my joints feel more flexible and my skin looks smoother.
Try it today at naturalinspiredradio.com/collagen. When you purchase from Naturally Inspired, you get access to our group health coaching call and so much more. Go to naturalinspiredradio.com/collagen. Did you know that medicinal mushrooms are excellent for pets? Take our preferred pet health products for joint health, skin health, antioxidant protection, cell health, anti-aging benefits, gut health, liver support, cholesterol regulation, blood pressure support, brain health, anxiety relief, respiratory health, endurance and strength, anti-fatigue, and much more. Available in easy-to-take treats, great tasting gravy, and our pet food blends.
Since adding mushroom dog food to my dog's diet, I've noticed a huge improvement in his energy and coat health. He's like a puppy again, even at 10 years old.
After starting my care on mushroom super sauce, her immune health and digestion have noticeably improved. She's more playful, and her fur has never looked shinier.
Learn how to get free shipping and how to join our monthly mushroom call. Text Tammy with questions or to order at 720-303-8868. Visit naturalinspiredradio.com/mushroom. That's naturalinspiredradio.com/mushroom.
Are you ready to stay informed and inspired 24/7? Tune in to Naturally Inspired Radio anytime, anywhere. Visit naturalinspiredradio.com, or for the best mobile experience, download the Simple Radio app. Search for Naturally Inspired Radio, save it to your favorites, and click on the graphic to listen instantly. Catch live broadcasts, revisit past shows, dive into long-form podcast conversations, and discover rare, censored presentations by leading health experts. Plus, explore documentaries uncovering the hidden truths of occult and esoteric history. Stay connected, stay inspired. Naturally Inspired Radio is always at your fingertips. Tune in now. For health questions or comments, text Tammy directly at 720-303-8868. naturalinspiredradio.com.
Welcome back. Geez, last night we had a great weekly wellness workshop. We talked about the MTHFR mutations and what kinds of breakthroughs that you may be able to access if you understand the MTHFR gene mutation. So it was good. And then we had a great conversation afterwards. Always fun, of course. We have to have a little laughter, a little fun in the community. Gosh, lighten up, everybody, right? It feels so heavy. So it was wonderful. And if you would like to join us in the community, I can't think of a better place for you to be. If you're looking for just common sense, a bunch of common sense people that are coming together to get better results with their health, this community is for you. You can go to naturalinspiredstore.com. You can get a free pass for next Tuesday's class if you'd like to, just by going to naturalinspiredstore.com/workshop. And if you're already a customer, you'll unlock VIP access to all of our recorded calls from that place as well. So naturallyinspiredstore.com/workshop. And of course, we're adding new content, meal ideas, and things of that nature on that platform all the time. If you have questions, I can't get logged in. What link? What was it? I'm driving. I didn't hear it. You probably already have my health text line. But if you don't, put it in your phone right now. 720-303-8868. 720-303-8868. That is my direct health text line. It is me. It's not a bot. It's truly me. And so if you'd like to have a conversation, if you have questions about the Naturally Inspired community, reach out. That's what I'm here for. That's what I do most of the time. That is what I am doing, is working with you. That's how we're going to shape culture. Okay, let's get back to this conversation. So, we've got this Netflix thing going on, right? So we got that ball in the air. We definitely got something going on with the Muslims, right? Got a little invasion going on all over the planet. That's not a coincidence. Don't think so. What else have we got? Well, we've got the Candace Owens stuff, right? We've got the Candace Owens stuff. Wow. Her show last night was crazy. She is calling out Turning Point USA now, and she is saying, listen, I have the receipts. Charlie did take a different perspective on Israel than he had prior to that, and he was making changes. He wanted to bring Candace Owens back to his stage, to the TP USA stage. And there was a lot of his donors that were very unhappy with that. She says this, and she asks TP USA to confirm that as being the truth. She's giving them a chance to confirm that. Otherwise, she says she's going to release some videos. You guys, why are we sucked into this binary thinking? I was thinking that myself. When I was listening to this, when I was listening to her last night, I just thought, oh my gosh, people are going to be, up in arms again over Kansas, that she hates the Jewish people and all of that. And I just, like I said, I'm tired because I don't hate anybody. I don't hate the Jewish people. I have nothing but love for Jewish people, But man, our governments have really made some mistakes. The Israeli government is paying American influencers, and I can't even really blame them. I blame the American influencers. What are you doing? What are you doing? It's hard to build influence online. It's hard to have a show. I live it every day. It's not easy to fund your good works. It's just not. And you really got to be creative. And these influencers that have been bought by Israel, well, there's a price that comes when you're taking big money from donors. Dare I say, I don't know what donors. I don't know if donors were part of Charlie Kirk's assassination. But I don't think there's anything wrong listening to Candace. And I'm tired of people telling me that if I listen to her, that I hate the Jewish people or that I'm an anti-Semite. No, I just want to know what happened to Charlie Kirk. And I can see the fire in Candace's eyes that she is going to find out. She's going to find out. And if it was Israeli government, if it was, it's still not going to make me hate Jewish people. It's not going to. You're never going to make me hate a whole class of people. But the fact that they want to demonize her and continue to call her names and stuff, it's not helping your cause, Israeli government. If that's what you're trying to do, it's not helping your cause. Just let her do it. Just let her do her work. She's very thorough. She's got people on the ground, and she's trying to figure out what's going on, and she's covering it like in real time. She's debunking all the crappy theories. So just let her do it. Let her do it. I do think we have a problem in motion, and that is the Muslim religion. And the reason why I think, and I don't hate them. I don't hate Muslims. I just don't think that if you are a practicing Muslim adhering to Islam, your way of life is, if you're adhering to those tenets from that religion, your way of life is not conducive here in the West, and you're not going to be happy here. Everybody's going to frustrate you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to go to the grocery store, it's going to piss you off because this is America. And I can see this religion rising in our country, and their intention to make the mark in American culture, right? By, praying in the streets and shutting down all the traffic. There's been some, attacks and, people yelling at each other, you shouldn't do this. And, we got some issues, people. I hate to downplay it, but we got some serious issues here. And if you are not familiar with the religion, I would urge you to go start doing some research. Because I was pretty familiar with it, not entirely familiar with it, but somewhat familiar with it, read a few books over the years, understood, the tenets of it, where it comes from, all that kind of stuff. But recently I've kind of gone back, and now I'm starting to study with a scholar named Raymond Ibrahim, Egyptian. Okay. His parents were Egyptian. They moved to America. He's gone to all the top schools. He's an author. He's a scholar on Islam. And when you start listening to him and understanding how this religion works, it truly is not conducive with Western life. And I think everybody better wake up to that. Fast. Very fast. Because a lot of these people who adhere to Islam, they're here to conquer, and they don't really hide that fact. They're here to conquer, and it is one religion for them, and the tolerance. And this guy really explained it well, actually, because he was talking about, that it's. You do have, like, they call them cafeteria Catholics, which I think that's a funny term. It's kind of like, yeah, I'll take a piece of that. I'll take a piece of that. But they're not going into confession every Sunday. They're not doing all the things, right? And I think every religion has that. Your cafeteria Catholic, and you probably have your cafeteria style Muslims as well. But we're not concerned about that, I don't think. But we are concerned. We are very concerned, and you should be very concerned about Islam itself. And if you're practicing Islam and adhering to Islam, and you're not a cafeteria Muslim, the Western world is not conducive with the way you want to live. And my concern that I brought up with this week was that I think that this could be being weaponized. See, Islam being weaponized to actually capture the West through digital surveillance. Because everybody knows Islam's not conducive. Real Islam, not conducive with the West. See, when we come back, I'm not the only one thinking this. I'm going to share with you what Glenn Beck had to say about it. Stay tuned. Be right back.
Are achy joints holding you back? Are you tired of stiffness slowing you down? It's time to restore with Joint Restore Gummies from Prosper CBD. These delicious strawberry-flavored gummies aren't just tasty, they're designed to soothe joint discomfort, promote flexibility, and help you move freely again. No more messy creams or bitter pills. Just one gummy a day to get you back to doing what you love. Best of all, no prescription needed.
My husband was headed towards knee surgery, and I was having hip pain. A friend recommended these. We tried them and they worked great. We noticed a difference right away.
Right now, Prosper Wellness is offering a special deal, so don't wait. Go to jointrestore1.com. That's jointrestore1.com. Grab your Joint Restore gummies today. Be sure to use the promo code TAMMY, TAMMY, for 20% off your order.
Did you know 80% of beef consumed in the U.S. comes from 4 major corporations, much of it being imported or processed with additives? Want real beef from a real farm? Pumpkin Creek Ranch does things the right way. Local, grass-fed, dry-aged beef with no additives, no shortcuts, just honest quality.
Pumpkin Creek Ranch beef is the real deal. I love knowing exactly where my meat comes from. No additives, no nonsense, just honest quality beef.
Best beef I've ever had. You can taste the difference. Rich, tender, and packed with real flavor. Plus, supporting a local ranch makes it even better.
From pasture to plate, they raise their cattle with care, so you can get rich, natural flavor that only real ranching can provide. Stock your freezer with premium beef you can trust. Visit pumpkincreekranchco.com or call 970-658-0176.
Did you know that detoxing daily can help remove up to 70% of the toxins in your body? Let me share 3 real stories about how Greska's C60 has helped people feel their best every day. John from Denver, Colorado says,
I've always struggled with seasonal allergies, but since I started taking Greska C60 every day, my symptoms have significantly improved. I don't feel congested or tired all the time. It's been an amazing daily detox for my body, and I feel so much more energized.
Emily from Portland, Oregon says,
As an athlete, I was looking for a way to keep my body clean and detoxed. Greska C60 has been a great addition to my routine. I feel less bloated and I feel more clear-headed. Plus, it's helped me with occasional muscle stiffness and aches after intense workouts.
Visit c60.com or call 720-600-6040 today to start your own journey. Use promo code TAMMY at checkout for a special discount.
Yesterday, I have to apologize because yesterday I didn't make it to a live show because, well, I was busy with you. I was busy with you answering questions, making sure you were connected to what you needed to get connected to. End of the month here at Naturally Inspired. So just running around doing all these little things. And I just said to Jason, gosh, I have so many people I need to serve here. I don't think I'm going to be able to do a show today. Let's play a rerun and we'll hit it again tomorrow. But of course, we did do our weekly wellness workshop last night to serve everybody. There are a lot of people that want to get healthy now. And I don't blame you. It is not a good time to not be well. Well, never a good time to not be well. But right now it's even added stress because everybody has this feeling like, I don't really want to go here. I don't want to trust these people, and rightfully so. So if you're looking to connect to solutions, go to naturallyinspiredstore.com. You can register for next week's workshop just by going naturallyinspiredstore.com/workshop. So you can test it out even for free. If you're like, no, I'm ready. I need to do something. I need to change right now. Text me, 720-303-8868. I'll send you the link to get on my Calendly. We'll have a chat, and I'll see how I can help. I'll see how I can connect you to real solutions for health so you can get better results. Okay, let's go to Glenn Beck, because I happened to see this, and I thought, oh my gosh, I'm not the only one thinking this. But this is immediately what I keep thinking when I saw it rising in the UK, when I saw stories, and now it's been years now since I've seen it, these stories, you know, where British kids were being, they were the minority in classrooms in the UK. British kids being, told to wear hijabs in schools now, because the British kids are getting pushed out of the British schools and Muslim kids are moving in. And I thought, wow, this is an interesting way to, change the culture there. When I say it's not the people changing their culture, the people don't want to change their own culture, but their government does. Question is, why? Why are they facilitating this change? Listen to Glenn Beck. Here it is.
Free service from the government. So, if it's free, it's me, of course. But he's saying that they have a problem in Europe. See if you can relate to this at all. They have a problem in England with people coming across, the water and just invading the country. And then they're taking all the jobs from, decent Brits. And they haven't stopped them. They're welcoming them in. They're not turning them away. They're not sending them back home or anything. But to solve the problem instead, they're just going to have everybody have a digital identity. That way, you'll know if they're a British citizen or not. Okay. There's an easier way to solve this. I don't know. You just stop the illegal immigration. You would send people back.
See, because that's not really the goal. Jobs are the least of your worries, people. Jobs are the least of your worries, let me tell you, because universal basic income is coming in to these countries because of AI, because of a number of things. Things are just switching. Like, we aren't going to have the need for the amount of hospitals that we've had in the past. And the reason being is because we're moving to telemedicine. We're moving to AI-controlled hospital networks and care networks. So a lot of these buildings are going to be, they're not going to be used, not for hospitals and not for clinics and such, because so much of this is all going into virtual reality. And then the mechanism that will happen with is the why do I always struggle with this word? Biotechnology, the merger of man and machine. That's what I'm trying to say. The merger of man and machine, because you won't need to go in for checkups when your sensors are under your skin, and it can simply just transmit the information back to an AI network that will sort through your data and tell you what pill next to take, what procedure you need to schedule, when and where you need to show up for that. So there'll be, surgery theaters and whatnot still operational, but it's not going to be the same system. It's going to take a little while to get all this stuff in order, but man, it's coming. And so jobs, even just in healthcare, they're going away. And if there is not one industry that AI doesn't impact, okay? So you can think, oh man, I'm so lucky I'm a plumber. Okay, cool. Yeah, like you're going to need to plumb for sure. But how you get your business, how you connect to your customer, if you're not using AI, you're going to get left behind. So there is not one occupation that isn't going to be impacted by AI. Everything is going to be impacted by AI, and it already is. You may not be aware of it, but I know a lot of small business owners that are struggling to get more sales right now. And I don't think a lot of them are recognizing it's because of AI chatbots. It's because of the way traffic is driven online, and everybody advertises online now. It is so loud online. I can barely stand it. It just sounds like you I think of, when you walk onto you've seen it in the movies. I've never been there, but to the stock market where everyone's yelling, bah, 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 and they're signaling hands, and it's just fast, and la, 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 and there's deals going down. That's like being online, right? You're like, where do I look? What am I trying to do here? What am I trying to do here? How do I pierce through this? That's most business owners, unless you know how to navigate an algorithm. And so your business is already being impacted by AI. Most people don't know it yet, though. They just think we must be in a recession. People aren't spending as much money. Things are expensive. They're going to all the staples of why they think they're not doing as much business, then they're not considering the AI variable. And so jobs, though, I mean, just the economics of AI, that's like, yeah, okay. It's like, it's definitely a concern, but that with this plan, this strategy of flooding our countries with Muslims to implement a digital ID, jobs are the least of your worries. They are the least of your worries. And I'm not trying to scare you, but I am deep down into a few of the modules of Raymond Ibrahim's work. And so, they're really like, if you're practicing, if you're not a cafeteria Muslim, then it's probably going to be a problem here. It's definitely a problem in the UK, right? Because we're seeing these men walk around, and I saw a video the other day where this man was following a 13-year-old girl, and you guys, the look on his face when he was approached by police was utter shock. What? Like, I couldn't help myself. She was beautiful, and I was going to follow her home. What? Why are you stopping me? That's what I'm talking about. It's not conducive here. It's not going to be okay. And so that is something we have to address, right? Is this invasion of a non-conducive religion, is this being used to weaponize it against us so that we all feel like we have to get the digital ID because it ain't safe on the street anymore? And if so, then I would say to these people, these Muslims, you're being used. You're being used. And who knows what's going to happen to you once the main goal is achieved, which is getting everybody into the digital ID system. I don't know what'll happen to you at that point. Maybe you'll just get deported. I don't know. But the point is, you're not going to be conquering anything. I don't know. So if you're coming here to conquer, don't come, right? Don't come. It's not the place for you. But it has me a little worried, I will say, because 76% of Americans are dealing with a chronic illness. Good deal of our youth population cannot even make it into our military. I'm not suggesting violence or what's going to happen. I'm just saying if there was an enemy here, we might not be in the best place to tackle it. Stay tuned. This is Naturally Inspired Radio. I'm Tammy Cuthbert-Garcia. We'll be right back.
Did you know that a single collagen supplement could support your heart health, help protect against EMF exposure, and reduce inflammation all at the same time? Our preferred foundational collagen not only supports radiant skin and joint mobility, but also promotes heart health, reduces inflammation, strengthens hair and nails, provides added protection against the effects of EMF exposure, and so much more. Our favorite collagen is super absorbable and easy to take. Just 1 tablespoon in the morning and another in the evening for maximum benefits. Here's what our listeners have to say.
This collagen is so easy to take, I've noticed a huge difference in my hair and nails after just a few weeks.
Since I started using Tammy's preferred collagen, my joints feel more flexible and my skin looks smoother.
Try it today at naturallyinspiredradio.com/collagen. When you purchase from Naturally Inspired, you get access to our group health coaching call and so much more. Go to naturallyinspiredradio.com/collagen. Did you know that medicinal mushrooms are excellent for pets? Take our preferred pet health products for joint health, skin health, antioxidant protection, sow health, anti-aging benefits, gut health, liver support, cholesterol regulation, blood pressure support, brain health, anxiety relief, respiratory health, endurance and strength, anti-fatigue, and much more. Available in easy-to-take treats, great-tasting gravy, and our pet food blends.
Since adding mushroom dog food to my dog's diet, I've noticed a huge improvement in his energy and coat health. He's like a puppy again, even at 10 years old.
After starting my care on mushroom super sauce, her immune health and digestion have noticeably improved. She's more playful, and her fur has never looked shinier.
Learn how to get free shipping and how to join our monthly mushroom call. Text Tammy with questions or to order at 720-303-8868. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com/mushroom. That's naturallyinspiredradio.com/mushroom.
Are you ready to stay informed and inspired 24/7? Tune in to Naturally Inspired Radio anytime, anywhere. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com, or for the best mobile experience, download the Simple Radio app. Search for Naturally Inspired Radio, save it to your favorites, and click on the graphic to listen instantly. Catch live broadcasts, revisit past shows, dive into long-form podcast conversations, and discover rare, censored presentations by leading health experts. Plus, explore documentaries uncovering the hidden truths of occult and esoteric history. Stay connected, stay inspired. Naturally Inspired Radio is always at your fingertips. Tune in now. For health questions or comments, text Tammy directly at 720-303-8868. naturallyinspiredradio.com.
I love sharing these stories, so I'm going to read this one. Jessica, this is from Jessica in Texas. She started her cellular reset 3 months ago. She was exhausted after every workout and had joint pain in her knees. And today, she says she bounces back faster than she ever did in her 30s, and she's excited to move her body again. I'm going to be sharing a few stories with you today about the cellular reset because it is getting fantastic results for people. And I do not want you to sleep on this. I do not want you to miss out on a little bit better quality of life. So go to naturallyinspiredstore.com/reset if you'd like to. You probably heard me talk about this before. I kind of am on fire for it right now because, like I told you, I went without it for a number of days. And then when I got it back, I was like, oh my gosh, because I completely felt the difference. And I thought, I'm under promoting this tool. I'm definitely under promoting this tool. So that's why I'm promoting it right now. I don't want you to miss out on this. If you have questions, just text me 720-303-8868, naturallyinspiredstore.com/reset. For today's naturally inspired moment, at the beginning of the show, I said there's a lot of people that I'm talking to that, it's becoming a pattern. I hear people talk about, I used to work out all the time. I used to be like this. I used to do that. And I don't know what it is. I just can't get back on track. And I'm telling you, it was probably COVID, and not COVID itself. I'm not blaming COVID. I'm blaming our culture and its response to this weapon that was rolled out upon us, that shut down the world, the craziness that ensued from it, the broken relationships, just the absolute asinine behavior during COVID. It may have got you in a place where you just feel like you're having a hard time coming back from it totally. And for today's naturally inspired moment, I want to share with you signs you're near a breakthrough because I want you to be encouraged. Your country needs you. If you are watching this show and you watch this show pretty regularly and you take the information and it's valuable to you, we need you. We need you. The people who see this show and they go, oh my gosh, this is a crazy conspiracy lady. She doesn't know what she's talking about. But okay, move along. But if you watch this show regularly and you find value in what I'm saying, your country needs you badly. And so you've got to get yourself in a place where you feel re-inspired. I know it's not easy. All the garbage, the noise online, the going out into public and you can't relate to people. You feel like an alien. Listen, I'm with you. I'm with you. But we have kids and we have grandkids, and we want this experiment of the United States of America to continue on, because it wasn't something I considered when I had kids, that it wouldn't be accessible to them. And now I've been forced to consider that the level of freedom and the level of quality of life that America provides for all of us might not be the same or worse for my kids and for my grandkids. It never occurred to me prior to COVID. A lot of the things I knew and stuff, I knew, this is kind of crazy, but I thought, man, that's a long ways away. Turns out it's not. Turns out it wasn't. Turns out it is going to be in our lifetime. And so we got to find our inspiration again. We got to plug back in. We got to start being the role models that we want our kids to be, that we want our grandkids to be. So let me tell you, if you're feeling beat down, if you're feeling like, oh gosh, when am I going to get my mojo back? It could be that you are in the midst of a breakthrough and you just don't realize it. So for today's naturally inspired moment, signs you're near a breakthrough. Number 1, increased pressure or chaos, anyone? Often life feels hardest just before things shift. Resistance builds because you're about to level up. Number 2, patterns becoming clear. You start noticing the same lesson showing up again and again, pointing you toward the change that you need to make. Funny, because so many of you that I talk to in our time together tell me, I saw you the first time and I thought about I should book. And then I thought about maybe, and then it took like 5-6 times. And then I'm like, I'm just going to book it. And then you book it and you're like, man, I'm so glad I booked with you. This was so great. It's just what I needed. Take it as a sign. New awareness. Number 3, you catch yourself thinking differently, questioning your old habits or feeling pulled toward healthier choices, putting education to use. So not just, listening to something and then, on to the next thing, but actually it grabs your attention. And then you're like, I'm going to try that. I'm going to implement that. So application, starting to apply some of the things that you hear. That's a sign that you're getting close to a breakthrough. Number 4, restlessness, a sense that you can't keep living the way you were. That discomfort is the push that brings in your transformation. Recognize it. I'm at my limit, right? I don't want to do this anymore. You're just maybe snapping at people. You're just like, you're at a point. Take that as a sign. Number 5, synchronicities. This one should not be underestimated. And I think a lot of people do. They think, deja vu. It's just, it happens. Unexpected opportunities. People or insights that show up right when you need them. And they kind of nudge you towards that thing that you should be doing. You should be doing it. You keep you see a book about it. Maybe you see a podcast with the title of what you should be addressing. Maybe it's a poster somewhere. Maybe it's a painting. Maybe it's a song. And every time you hear that song, you hear the lyrics and you think, that's my issue. Those aren't by accident. You are listening for those cues. You are watching for those cues because in your subconscious, you need to make the change. So it's not by accident. I mean, just for example, have you ever known anybody that, I love this song, and you're like, oh, I love this song too. And then they're like, yeah, I think this song is about, a relationship breaking up. And then you go, what? That song's not about that. That song's about raising children. You have a totally different view on the same song, but it's impacting you, both of you, just as intensely. That's your subconscious plugging in to what you need to hear at that time. So listen, start listening to it. So if you're asking yourself, am I reaching a breakthrough after hearing this? Look for these signs, okay? You're looking for increased pressure, more chaos in your life, especially when you don't want it. You're looking for patterns to become a little bit clearer, start noticing the same lesson that's showing up time and time again that you may need to correct or embrace. New awareness, right? You start applying the stuff that you're listening to, you're hearing, you're reading. You actually want to put it to use. Restlessness. Oh, I can't stay like this anymore. I can't do another day like this. And the last one is synchronicities. So unexpected opportunities. People, insights, showing up, right? A book, a song, whatever. Ask yourself, okay? Breakthroughs don't always arrive with fireworks. You go by you like a car on the road. There's another one, unless you're looking to make a breakthrough. And when these signs show up, you act upon them. Because it's not just about thinking, right? It's not just about praying. It's not just about hoping. That's all important, but the action must be there as well. You must take action. You cannot just think your way into different results. You have to be able to recognize the opportunities when they present themselves and then take them, right? Act on it. They're quiet shifts sometimes, but they will redirect your whole path if you let them. Talking about signs you're near a breakthrough today for the Naturally Inspired Moment. I'm Tammy Cuthbert Garcia. We're coming back for a second hour, and you're not going to want to miss it. So stay tuned, everybody.
Are you ready to stay informed and inspired 24/7? Tune in to Naturally Inspired Radio anytime, anywhere. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com, or for the best mobile experience, download the Simple Radio app. Search for Naturally Inspired Radio, save it to your favorites, and click on the graphic to listen instantly. Catch live broadcasts, revisit past shows, dive into long-form podcast conversations, and discover rare, censored presentations by leading health experts. Plus, explore documentaries uncovering the hidden truths of occult and esoteric history. Stay connected, stay inspired. Naturally Inspired Radio is always at your fingertips. Tune in now. For health questions or comments, text Tammy directly at 720-303-8868. naturallyinspiredradio.com.
Nearly 40% of Americans struggle with a $400 emergency expense. An extra $300 a month can be the difference between stability and financial stress.
Are you feeling the pinch of rising expenses? Imagine what an extra $300, $500, or even $1,000 a month can do for you. Introducing a simple 3-step system designed to help you create a steady income without the overwhelm. Step 1, follow our easy-to-use plan. Step 2, take small, consistent actions. Step 3, stay motivated with weekly coaching designed to keep you on track and moving forward. Whether you're saving for a family vacation, paying down debt, or just looking for breathing room, this system is for you. You don't need special skills, just the desire to make change. Join a growing community of success stories today. Visit simpleincome.info or text 720-764-7448.
Welcome to Naturally Inspired Radio, where we expose what's broken in the healthcare system, connect you to real health solutions, and inspire you to take back control of your life. We want to help you feel empowered, informed, and free to live naturally without fear, confusion, or dependency. Download our latest book on real solutions for health at naturallyinspiredradio.com. Naturally Inspired Radio is a nationally syndicated show broadcast on over 100 radio stations, online platforms, video channels, and podcast feeds. Follow us on your favorite platform today, hit that like button, leave a comment, and engage in our special live stream chats, Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com to learn more, register for our weekly giveaway, and explore past episodes. You can also connect directly with Tammy, follow her on all major social media platforms, and discover more about our featured guests and trusted radio partners. Are you looking for better health? Work with Tammy today and take the first step toward a healthier, more empowered lifestyle. Schedule your complimentary 30-minute lifestyle assessment to explore personalized guidance on nutrition, movement, toxin-free living, and natural beauty without pharma. Get started now and discover Tammy's preferred health products at naturallyinspiredstore.com or text Tammy directly 720-303-8868. Love the show and want to support the movement? Head over to naturallyinspiredradio.com and click on the support tab. There you'll find all the ways you can get involved. Join our Naturally Inspired community, become a preferred customer, attend one of our amazing live events, get your backstage pass for exclusive access, and connect to all things naturally inspired. Thank you for tuning in today. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Did you know that a single collagen supplement could support your heart health, help protect against EMF exposure, and reduce inflammation all at the same time? Our preferred foundational collagen not only supports radiant skin and joint mobility, but also promotes heart health, reduces inflammation, strengthens hair and nails, provides added protection against the effects of EMF exposure, and so much more. Our favorite collagen is super absorbable and easy to take. Just 1 tablespoon in the morning and another in the evening for maximum benefits. Here's what our listeners have to say.
This collagen is so easy to take, I've noticed a huge difference in my hair and nails after just a few weeks.
Since I started using Tammy's preferred collagen, my joints feel more flexible and my skin looks smoother.
Try it today at naturallyinspiredradio.com/collagen. When you purchase from Naturally Inspired, you get access to our group health coaching call and so much more. Go to naturallyinspiredradio.com/collagen.
Are you ready to stay informed and inspired 24/7? Tune in to Naturally Inspired Radio anytime, anywhere. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com, or for the best mobile experience, download the Simple Radio app. Search for Naturally Inspired Radio, save it to your favorites, and click on the graphic to listen instantly. Catch live broadcasts, revisit past shows, dive into long-form podcast conversations, and discover rare, censored presentations by leading health experts. Plus, explore documentaries uncovering the hidden truths of occult and esoteric history. Stay connected, stay inspired. Naturally Inspired Radio is always at your fingertips. Tune in now. For health questions or comments, text Tammy directly at 720-303-8868. naturallyinspiredradio.com.
The information and other content provided on this radio show or in any linked materials is provided for informational purposes only, not intended and should not be construed as medical advice. It is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment.
Welcome back, everybody. So glad you're joining me for the second hour of Naturally Inspired Radio. We had a good first hour. Thank you so much for joining me. We were talking about culture, really. We're talking about how we're seeing a rise in Muslims entering into Western countries and even into the United States of America, right? We're seeing it in Dearborn, Michigan. We're seeing different protests in Canada at the Niagara border and whatnot. And I think it's something that we should be paying attention to. And the reason why I think we should be paying attention to it is because these globalists who are actually not on the left and not on the right, but they think they're above us because they have so much money and power, they're going to weaponize this. You know, from 9/11, we got the Patriot Act. And now we have what appears to be a bit of an invasion, right? With a religion that is not conducive with Western values. And so that could very easily be the solution, a digital ID to protect everybody, because we've allowed a ton of people who practice a religion that is not conducive with the Western way of the Western way into these countries. And now we got to get them out, you know? And then, you know, I know what people are going to say. Oh, you're a racist, right? You're talking about, no, you know what? Study Islam. Study it. Do not come to me and tell me or call me, oh, you're a racist or whatever, when you have no clue about the practice of Islam. Okay? So you go do some due diligence first before you start throwing, I don't even care anyway. You know, that word means absolutely nothing to me. I don't like a-holes. I don't like a-holes. I don't care what color you are. I don't care what creed you are. If you're an a-hole and you're trying to infringe on my rights and the way I live my life, you betcha I don't like you. I don't. Because I love freedom. I have a certain set of values and principles and things that I believe in. And I'm out here in the free marketplace trying to help people and understand why, how, you know, connect with them so they can understand where I'm coming from. I'm just trying to get people to understand where I'm coming from. Listen, this pharma thing, it might be doing more damage than it is good. Come on over here and listen. You know, if you have to censor people, if you have to shut people up, well, then I would suggest that your argument sucks, that your message sucks, and maybe your message isn't even true. Because there's no reason to shut somebody up. If they have a weak argument, just let them keep talking. Because it'll become abundantly clear to everybody that they don't know what they're talking about, and nobody will listen to them. Yeah, it's great how that works. You know, it's really great how that works. It's when we get involved and we try to force and, you know, mandate and do all these things to just get people to do what I want. I got a problem with that. I would never dream of doing that. I would never dream of saying, you can't take vaccines, you can't take pharmaceuticals, you can't eat McDonald's, you can't have your Pepsi. I would never do that. Do I do any of that stuff? No. But would I want to take your right to do that away? Absolutely not. Solutions like that are temporary. They're temporary. Another 4 years, somebody comes in, changes the rules, it's over. You know what's sustainable? It's true education and results. It's so crazy, right? I know it's crazy. Like when people start getting results, well, that's pretty sustainable. You know, because if you've ever not felt well and then you start feeling well, you don't ever want to go back. And so you continue to do what works. And that's all we can ask for, right? But we do have this impending invasion, I would say, that we need to eyes up, because it could be a real problem. And I'm telling you, problem solution, right? That's a pattern. And if we get this problem out of hand where we have, young girls being chased down by full-grown men like they have in the UK, or we have random stabbings everywhere, when it's no longer safe to be out in the streets, you're going to be begging for a solution. And they're going to have one for you. But it's going to come at a cost. And it's going to be a big cost. It's going to be mass digital surveillance. It's going to be digital currency. It's going to be programmable currency, all on one platform for your safety, of course. President Trump has been talking about prescriptions. Him and Bobby did another press conference. It's like every day, something else. So a lot of people weren't happy with this press conference, and I get it. But well, you know what? Let's just go to the clip. We'll go to the clip, and then I'll explain what I think. Here it is.
Under the leadership of President Trump, the U.S. government is now acting as a tough negotiator on behalf of the American people. Today is about fairness, it's about equality, it's about giving hope to those who are trying to stay healthy, who are managing illness, and who are fighting for their lives. We refuse to make the most vulnerable citizens continue to pay an unthinkable price for the world's pharmaceutical breakthroughs, which we pay for. This policy is a shield for the chronically ill who have carried the burden of high drug costs for far too long. It's a signal to every American family that we're finally putting their health and financial security first. And it sets a new standard, one that says we won't write blank checks to the drug industry any longer. No family should ever be forced to choose between filling a prescription and putting food on.
So he's talking about this new deal that President Trump has penned. Let's go ahead and put the image up here. This is right off of the White House website. So prescription drugs with huge discounts will be available at Trump RX. 80% down on drugs for dermatitis, 85% down for postmenopausal osteoporosis, 50% down a discount on migraine medication, 40% down on rheumatoid arthritis. And just leave that up there for a second because I just got to say. So dermatitis, if your skin's talking to you, if it's signaling to you, you got a gut problem. You got a microbiome problem. You got an inflammation problem. Okay. Postmenopausal osteoporosis doesn't have to happen. Nope, doesn't have to happen. You need 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. Of course, I don't give medical advice. I'm just citing resources straight out of research papers here. I'm not the genius. Just telling you that 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, when you start experiencing something in menopause, actually it's perimenopause, it's in your 40s, where you start, dealing with a little bit of sarcopenia, which is a loss of muscle mass. We are synergistic beings. And so protein, your body is made up of protein. And if you're not fueling your body with adequate amounts of protein, you will lose bone, you will lose healthy bone, and you will lose muscle mass as well. Doesn't have to be though. Doesn't have to be. When I talk to a lot of postmenopausal women, we sit down and we look at what they might be eating every day, just like off the top of your head, what'd you eat yesterday? And most people, I think, they're getting about 30 grams of protein a day. So, just that change alone, I think we can make a big difference in how many people are using postmenopausal osteoporosis medication. Migraines. Ooh, the elusive migraine. We talked about this last night. A lot of different pathways we can go down with this, but you should, because you should always be searching for root cause. You need to be a detective a little bit when it comes to your health. You need to be a detective because all of the signaling coming from your body is communication. So you got to ask, what are you trying to tell me here? what are you trying to tell me here with this migraine? One of the things, and it's just one, it might not be, but just one of the things could be plugged up detox pathways, right? Could need to open up those detox pathways. Might even have an MTHFR gene mutation that causes you an inability to be able to detox. Oh Lord, don't even get me started on rheumatoid arthritis. We'll be right back. This is Naturally Inspired Radio. See you in a minute.
Did you know that a single collagen supplement could support your heart health, help protect against EMF exposure, and reduce inflammation all at the same time? Our preferred foundational collagen not only supports radiant skin and joint mobility, but also promotes heart health, reduces inflammation, strengthens hair and nails, provides added protection against the effects of EMF exposure, and so much more. Our favorite collagen is super absorbable and easy to take. Just 1 tablespoon in the morning and another in the evening for maximum benefits. Here's what our listeners have to say.
This collagen is so easy to take, I've noticed a huge difference in my hair and nails after just a few weeks.
Since I started using Tammy's preferred collagen, my joints feel more flexible and my skin looks smoother.
Try it today at naturallyinspiredradio.com/collagen. When you purchase from Naturally Inspired, you get access to our group health coaching call and so much more. Go to naturallyinspiredradio.com/collagen. Did you know that medicinal mushrooms are excellent for pets? Take our preferred pet health products for joint health, skin health, antioxidant protection, sow health, anti-aging benefits, gut health, liver support, cholesterol regulation, blood pressure support, brain health, anxiety relief, respiratory health, endurance and strength, anti-fatigue, and much more. Available in easy-to-take treats, great tasting gravy, and our pet food blends.
Since adding mushroom dog food to my dog's diet, I've noticed a huge improvement in his energy and coat health. He's like a puppy again, even at 10 years old.
After starting my care on mushroom super sauce, her immune health and digestion have noticeably improved. She's more playful, and her fur has never looked shinier.
Learn how to get free shipping and how to join our monthly mushroom call. Text Tammy with questions or to order at 720-303-8868. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com/mushroom. That's naturallyinspiredradio.com/mushroom.
Are you ready to stay informed and inspired 24/7? Tune in to Naturally Inspired Radio anytime, anywhere. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com, or for the best mobile experience, download the Simple Radio app. Search for Naturally Inspired Radio, save it to your favorites, and click on the graphic to listen instantly. Catch live broadcasts, revisit past shows, dive into long-form podcast conversations, and discover rare, censored presentations by leading health experts. Plus, explore documentaries uncovering the hidden truths of occult and esoteric history. Stay connected, stay inspired. Naturally Inspired Radio is always at your fingertips. Tune in now. For health questions or comments, text Tammy directly at 720-303-8868. naturallyinspiredradio.com.
Tomorrow will be fun. I think Bob Greska is going to be joining us tomorrow. If you need a daily detox, Greska's C60 is a fantastic one. I take it every day. It's a great way to protect yourself from, whatever is being sprayed in the sky. You'll never be able to control all the toxins that you're exposed to, but Greska's C60 is a wonderful way to help your body get rid of a lot of the toxins that we're exposed to. So go to c60.com. That's c60.com. Use promo code Tammy, TAMMY, for a nice little savings as well. Tracking and tracing. So I just want to say this about everyone freaking out about what Trump did yesterday with Pfizer. And didn't you see a pattern here a little bit? Like, we see this, inflammatory response from They're not doing what we want them to do. You see, Maha's over. It's never going to stop. They're never going to do it. They betrayed you. He's not who you think he is. I think he's in a mask. I think he's been hijacked. I think. Okay. And now look where we are, right? It's been slow. I'll give you that. It has been slow. And, it would be great if it could happen quickly. But again, if you've ever been a part of even just buying a house, negotiations are slow. And I mean, look at some of these organizations that we are in negotiations with. They are massive, huge, right? Like pharmaceutical lobby is massive. They have a lot of pull in the stock market, right? Because they're massive companies. Not only are they pharmaceuticals, but they're also herbicides. They're in agriculture. These are huge operations. And there's a lot of deals, and there's a lot of deals that have been made and contracts, and you can't just walk away from that. And what I see here is yet another step in the negotiations. And, Bobby was having a hard time. You could see there's some memes where he's standing behind Pfizer's Albert Bourla, and, he's struggling. You can tell he's struggling. And I don't know what Trump's doing with Pfizer. I don't know what the goal is here, but I want to remind you of this. Protect your freedom to choose. It should be your number one concern, is protecting your freedom to choose, making sure that your friends and neighbors understand that freedom is the most important thing here, and that we must protect freedom. Whether they want to take injections and you don't want to take injections. I think we can all agree. Do you want your injections taken away? No, I don't want my injections taken away. Cool. I don't want to have to take your injections. See how that works? So that's really the thing that we should be protecting and concerned about. It isn't as we watch the tennis ball go from this side of the court back to that side, this side of the court back to that side. Everyone's just doing this. And meanwhile, they're not living how they ought to be living in order to, showcase the results. Showcase the results of how you want other people to live and protect freedoms. You know what I mean? If you're so caught up in the left, right, back and forth, you're kind of chasing your tail. And it's going to go on forever. And while you're chasing your tail, they may just slip in the digital ID. Let me just give you a taste of what the digital ID looks like here. This is tracking and tracing in China. Take a look.
The $2 billion lawsuit for Ozempic just hit. And what's coming out is truly horrifying. Muscle wasting. And we're not talking a little, we're talking 20 years of muscle lost.
These are entry points in China. So retinal scanning, 15-minute cities, everybody. 15-minute cities where you need digital face scanning to enter. You see what I'm saying here? This could be a combat zone. This could be what was the name of that thing in Oregon there? I forget the name of it. But that, you know what I'm talking about, where they took over that whole area of downtown Oregon, I believe it was. And they wouldn't let anybody in or out. And they declared it their own city. Well, that's unsafe. So great way to rectify those types of expressions throughout the country, right, is to lock everybody down and make sure everybody has digital ID. And you can only enter certain zones because we don't trust you, right? Do you see how this could be implemented in conjunction with things like climate change? Oh, we're doing it for the planet. And also it's not safe because we have this invasion of a whole group of people who practice a religion that's not conducive with your culture. So it's no longer safe to be a citizen in your country. We have to track you. We have to trace you. We have to keep up with everything that you're doing. You see the big picture here? So as Trump is negotiating pharmaceutical prices, we have to ask ourselves, what are they really doing here? With the vaccine announcement, okay, they're taking out mercury, they're taking out aluminum. I don't know if you know this or not, but it is very difficult. In fact, I don't think they can make injections without aluminum or mercury, because that's why they do it. They need something, an adjuvant that stimulates the immune system, right? That causes the response. And they currently don't have anything that does that, except for the mRNA, right? I think the mRNA, the new technology, the biotechnology. And if you've been watching me a while, you probably heard me say that before, that this could be a way to say goodbye to old vaccines and usher in new ones, because they aren't giving up on the tracking and tracing. They aren't giving up on the ability to, quote, get under your skin. That's for sure. Let's go to our Bill Gates clip here.
The digital approach, you can track where they're pregnant women, are they coming in for their visits? Are they getting their vaccines? You can make sure that, all the workers are being hired, that they're properly trained. During the pandemic, those digital systems were very impressive. India has adopted a lot of new vaccines for things.
I found it interesting that he's not there at the summit, but there's speculative reports, and I don't know, there's speculation, I don't know, allegedly that Bill Gates isn't even allowed back into India because of his conduct over there. So I found it interesting that he was attending that summit, through Zoom or what have you, and not in person, but not backing down. In fact, amping up, mass surveillance and the technology that comes with injecting people. And so something to consider as Trump is trying to lower prices of pharmaceuticals, kind of all ties in together, because if they can't make the products, right? Because there are certain components that aren't allowed to be in these products anymore. You don't necessarily have to shut them down, these huge pharmaceutical companies, right? What you're doing is you're applying pressure for change. Because again, these companies are a huge part of the stock market. They're a huge part of funding our economy. And so it would make more sense to me that there's strategy behind this in lessening the number of people who take prescriptions. There's definitely an education component going on, right? Where the CDC and the FDA are saying, hey, don't look to us for the gold standard. We're not here to tell you how to make your health choices or what health choices to make. No, we're just here to, regulate some things. I don't know how many times Bobby Kennedy has said that. I don't want to be your advisor on your health. That's between you and your doctor. It's between you and your provider. So I think there's more strategy going on around here. That with the Ozempic lawsuit that's going on, you may not need to shut them down, if you know what I'm saying. Stay tuned, everybody. This is Naturally Inspired Radio. We'll be right back.
Are achy joints holding you back? Are you tired of stiffness slowing you down? It's time to restore with Joint Restore Gummies from Prosper CBD. These delicious strawberry-flavored gummies aren't just tasty. They're designed to soothe joint discomfort, promote flexibility, and help you move freely again. No more messy creams or bitter pills. Just one gummy a day to get you back to doing what you love. Best of all, no prescription needed.
My husband was headed towards knee surgery, and I was having hip pain. A friend recommended these. We tried them, and they worked great. We noticed a difference right away.
Right now, Prosper Wellness is offering a special deal, so don't wait. Go to jointrestore1.com. That's jointrestore1.com. Grab your Joint Restore gummies today. Be sure to use the promo code TAMMY, TAMMY, for 20% off your order.
Did you know 80% of beef consumed in the U.S. comes from 4 major corporations, much of it being imported or processed with additives? Want real beef from a real farm? Pumpkin Creek Ranch does things the right way. Local, grass-fed, dry-aged beef with no additives, no shortcuts, just honest quality.
Pumpkin Creek Ranch beef is the real deal. I love knowing exactly where my meat comes from. No additives, no nonsense, just honest quality beef.
Best beef I've ever had. You can taste the difference. Rich, tender, and packed with real flavor. Plus, supporting a local ranch makes it even better.
From pasture to plate, they raise their cattle with care, so you can get rich, natural flavor that only real ranching can provide. Stock your freezer with premium beef you can trust. Visit pumpkincreekranchco.com or call 970-658-0176.
Did you know that detoxing daily can help remove up to 70% of the toxins in your body? Let me share 3 real stories about how Greska's C60 has helped people feel their best every day. John from Denver, Colorado says,
I've always struggled with seasonal allergies, but since I started taking Greska C60 every day, my symptoms have significantly improved. I don't feel congested or tired all the time. It's been an amazing daily detox for my body, and I feel so much more energized.
Emily from Portland, Oregon says,
As an athlete, I was looking for a way to keep my body clean and detoxed. Greska C60 has been a great addition to my routine. I feel less bloated and I feel more clear-headed. Plus, it's helped me with occasional muscle stiffness and aches after intense workouts.
Visit c60.com or call 720-600-6040 today to start your own journey. Use promo code TAMMY at checkout for a special discount.
Welcome back. If you haven't visited our friends at Good Brew, you should. Talking about a solution here in this next segment. And Good Brew is definitely part of that. So visit Good Brew, that's GOODBRU.com. You can get your favorite prebiotic, probiotic, symbiotic in one at goodbrew.com. Use promo code TAMMY, TAMMY, for a little extra savings. Let's go to that clip that is on Ozempic. We're gonna talk about why this is not the solution. Pharmaceuticals. Here it is. Take a listen.
$2 billion lawsuit for Ozempic just hit. And what's coming out is truly horrifying. Muscle wasting. And we're not talking a little, we're talking 20 years of muscle lost in only 1 year of taking this. Doctors say losing this much muscle contributes to you aging faster, losing strength in your heart, destroys your metabolism. It gets scarier though. Plaintiffs developed gastroparesis, which means stomach paralysis. Food just sits in their stomach, just rotting. Imagine being so backed up you vomit for days. You end up in the ER. They have to shove a tube down your nose just to empty out your stomach. And for some of the plaintiffs, they have said their whole gastrointestinal tract cannot function anymore, can't even move. That's not bad enough. Patients are reporting losing their teeth because this medication will dry out all of the mucous membranes. And what happens is, if you're not having healthy saliva, it affects your teeth so quickly. Nightmare doesn't stop there. There are cases of sudden permanent blindness, according to the documents. Waking up one day with no vision, no way to bring it back ever. Yeah, and pancreatitis and kidney failure. So $2 billion for this lawsuit is just the beginning, according to the lawyers. Ask yourself, is the shot worth losing your strength, your independence, your smile, possibly even life-altering consequences?
Well, I've been warning about these injectables for a long time now, since I first heard of them coming on the market and them being a designer way to, lose weight quickly. And I'm going to put a lot of the blame on the drug makers, of course, because they don't tell you that you do not get informed consent with these products. You're just not getting it. You're not getting informed consent. You're getting sold all the benefits without any of the side effects. But I'm also going to put the blame on us, the consumer. See, we have to stop being fooled. Or I don't even think at this point we're being fooled, because most of us know if it's too good to be true, it probably is. We're allowing it because we are so vulnerable. We want to solve these issues, but we don't understand how to do the work. And if we do understand how to do the work, we're not willing to commit to the work because it takes too long. Because our brains have been put into a state where we need to feed them with instant gratification. And if we don't get instant gratification, we abandon the method. And so we have to rewire ourselves for success. Success takes time. It's repetitive action over periods of time that bring true sustainable results. It's not going to come from an injection. The consequence is definitely not worth it. So, as you get older, I explained, you're already facing sarcopenia, which is muscle loss, and osteopenia, which is bone loss. And then you're going to add this drug on top of it. Like it's a mess. This is a mess. So, a lot of these drugs that come onto the market, they are willing to roll the dice on them because the profit, even with paying out lawsuits, is still worth it to them. And they factor it in. They factor it into their P&Ls that it's going to end up, costing us some money. We're going to have to pay some people out because of the side effects, but still overall, it's a profit. It's a gain for us. So what do? Understand your body, right? So there's a couple things I want to talk about in today's health segment. First, because there's certain components that are key components that you can use to get yourself on a healthy path without Ozempic, without pharmaceuticals. Okay, so there's something called autophagy. And this is something that occurs when you are, practicing fasting states from time to time. So autophagy literally means self-eating. It's a natural cellular housekeeping process where your body breaks down and recycles damaged cells, proteins, and organelles. Think of it like your body's internal recycling system, sweeping out the old broken parts and using the materials to build new healthy cells. Fasting triggers autophagy. So I like to call it like a feasting window. Instead of a fasting period, I like to say I eat in a feasting window. So normally when food and nutrients are constantly available, your cells are in growth mode. When you fast, particularly beyond 12 hours, the 12-hour mark, insulin drops, nutrient sensing pathways quiet down, and your body flips the switch from growth to repair. This shift signals your cells to activate autophagy, cleaning up cellular waste, reducing oxidative stress, and boosting resilience. Now, if you look back to diet culture, if you're old enough like me, diet culture in the 80s and 90s, eat 5 small meals a day. That's what they were telling us. I mean, everything about diet culture was wrong. It was clearly about marketing diet culture. It was clearly about selling products to get a instant gratification, to stay skinny. That's what it was about, selling products. And what it did is it left our brains in a state where they don't know how to eat to satiety anymore. Satiety is triggered by protein, fat, whole foods, volume, water. And the diet culture foods are bankrupt of all of those things. They have to bankrupt them and dry them out to preserve them for our centralized food system. So this shift signals your cells to activate autophagy, eating in a feasting window. So say you eat from 12 noon to no later than 7 o'clock at night, or maybe it's a little bit longer. It's 12 noon to 8, what have you. But the point is you're giving your body that big chunk of time to be able to flip the switch from growth to repair. The shift signals your cells to activate autophagy, cleaning up the cellular waste, reducing oxidative stress, and boosting resilience. No Ozempic needed. So the benefits are cellular renewal. It clears out damaged proteins. Like I said, it's linked. Those damaged proteins are linked to increased accelerated aging and also dis-ease in the body. Improved metabolic health is a benefit from eating in a feasting window because it enhances insulin sensitivity and reduces inflammation. Brain protection, it helps remove dysfunctional brain cell components that could contribute to cognitive decline. Longevity support associated with increased lifespan and multiple studies on animals. Immune system reset, the benefits are amazing. So intermittent fasting or eating in a fasting window or feasting window, however you want to say it, 16 to 18 hours of not eating, and then you eat in a feasting window. That is one thing that you can do to take a different step on your path to optimum health. Next thing you can do, your gut never gets enough attention. And there's a new paper out now that there's a potential, right? The potential of prebiotic, probiotic, which is the symbiotic, which pairs the two, which the Good Brew actually does, for healing intestinal barrier dysfunction and modulating inflammation. So, autophagy, gut microbiome, nutrition, dense polyphenol nutrition. It's the three-pronged approach. Stay tuned. I'll explain more. We'll be right back. This is Naturally Inspired Radio.
Did you know that a single collagen supplement could support your heart health, help protect against EMF exposure, and reduce inflammation all at the same time? Our preferred foundational collagen not only supports radiant skin and joint mobility, but also promotes heart health, reduces inflammation, strengthens hair and nails, provides added protection against the effects of EMF exposure, and so much more. Our favorite collagen is super absorbable and easy to take. Just 1 tablespoon in the morning and another in the evening for maximum benefits. Here's what our listeners have to say.
This collagen is so easy to take, I've noticed a huge difference in my hair and nails after just a few weeks.
Since I started using Tammy's preferred collagen, my joints feel more flexible and my skin looks smoother.
Try it today at naturalinspiredradio.com/collagen. When you purchase from Naturally Inspired, you get access to our group health coaching call and so much more. Go to naturalinspiredradio.com/collagen. Did you know that medicinal mushrooms are excellent for pets? Take our preferred pet health products for joint health, skin health, antioxidant protection, cell health, anti-aging benefits, gut health, liver support, cholesterol regulation, blood pressure support, brain health, anxiety relief, respiratory health, endurance and strength, anti-fatigue, and much more. Available in easy-to-take treats, great-tasting gravy, and our pet food blends.
Since adding mushroom dog food to my dog's diet, I've noticed a huge improvement in his energy and coat health. He's like a puppy again, even at 10 years old.
After starting my care on mushroom super sauce, her immune health and digestion have noticeably improved. She's more playful, and her fur has never looked shinier.
Learn how to get free shipping and how to join our monthly mushroom call. Text Tammy with questions or to order at 720-303-8868. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com/mushroom. That's naturallyinspiredradio.com/mushroom.
Are you ready to stay informed and inspired 24/7? Tune in to Naturally Inspired Radio anytime, anywhere. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com, or for the best mobile experience, download the Simple Radio app. Search for Naturally Inspired Radio, save it to your favorites, and click on the graphic to listen instantly. Catch live broadcasts, revisit past shows, dive into long-form podcast conversations, and discover rare, censored presentations by leading health experts. Plus, explore documentaries uncovering the hidden truths of occult and esoteric history. Stay connected, stay inspired. Naturally Inspired Radio is always at your fingertips. Tune in now. For health questions or comments, text Tammy directly at 720-303-8868. naturallyinspiredradio.com.
Listen, every day people write off their fatigue, their joint pain, their brain fog as normal. But the truth is these symptoms are signals from your body and it's trying to tell you something. So if you're listening to this right now and you've been searching for real solutions for health that go deeper than just covering up symptoms, I'm going to go through in the next few minutes here the most important thing you could hear this year, because this formula helps everybody. Now, you may need a little tweaking of individuality, right? Because we're all individuals. We all have different things going on. I'm not painting everybody with the same brush here, and I would never do that because that is what the allopathic model does. Oh, just do this. Just do this. This is good for everybody. Good for everybody. Not so. But this foundation of health, this is where you start. Okay. So for years, I've dedicated my work to helping people find real solutions for health through my podcast at first, doing interviews, through the daily radio show, through doing assessments with one-on-one. I've helped hundreds of people personally now, and I've helped thousands through the radio show. And I've seen people get results, and this is the way they get them. Okay. So let's talk about some of the things that people are experiencing. They get constant stiffness in the morning, and that can make it hard to get moving, constricts mobility. Mobility is a key component when it comes to independence and aging. So don't disregard that signal. Fatigue, right? People sleep, they wake up in the middle of the night, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. A lot of people wake up at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. There's a reason for that. You have to correct your sleep if you're not sleeping through the night. Another thing is afternoon energy crashes, right? Unexplained weight gain or the inability to lose weight. I hear so many people and it's so frustrating because I getting to the point where you think you've tried everything and nothing has worked. And so you kind of throw in the towel and you do the pharmaceutical route because you're like, well, nothing worked. But I'm telling you, with this foundation, you can get results. You got to do it though. You know what I mean? You can't just, I try to stay in a feasting window. I try to take probiotics. I try to eat protein. No. You got to dial it in. How serious are you about getting results? It matters. What you do matters. So if you're experiencing some of the things that I've just listed, this is cellular inflammation. You have inflammation. All dis-ease comes from inflammation. So how do we dial down inflammation, right? Well, take out the processed foods from your diet, right? Take out all the processed carbohydrates, all the stuff that comes in a bag, in a box. You got to get it out of your diet. Your body is designed to accept whole food nutrition. It knows what to do with whole food nutrition. And sparingly, when you get back on track, when you're feeling pretty good, 85-90% of the time, you eat like this. 10% of the time, 15% of the time, you can get away with a few processed snacks. But you can't pepper them in through the whole week, every day. Okay? So, what doctors say and what people have tried. So if you've gone to the doctor, you've probably heard one of these. It's just part of aging. Take an ibuprofen, or try physical therapy, or maybe a steroid shot. Or here's another pill. And when people try that, painkillers, they mask symptoms, and they often cause gut issues and additional problems, even leading to more inflammation in the long term. Anti-inflammatory meds, you give you temporary relief, but they damage your stomach, they damage your liver, they damage your kidneys. Expensive therapies are temporary fixes without addressing the root cause. And then you have the supplement market, right, where they promise, the quick fix, like this is the thing that's going to fix me. There's going to be a few things that are going to fix you. It's not going to be just one thing. So that's where the diet comes in, right? So high protein, practicing eating in a feasting window so that your body can experience autophagy. Making sure you're tending to your gut microbiome. Type 2 diabetics, insulin resistance people, very, very important to restore your gut microbiome. This new research paper tells us that, just by adding probiotic and changing diet, like what I'm talking about, you're going to be able to have huge improvement in your intestinal barrier. And if you haven't heard of leaky gut, that's what I'm talking to here. Those ultra-processed foods create little perforations in our stomach that leak out, cause systemic inflammation that creates the achy joints, rheumatoid arthritis. Sound familiar? I'm not making claims here. I'm just saying there's a lot of research on this stuff. I can point you to the papers. So you have to build up that gut microbiome and then flood your body with dense nutrition. That is what cellular reset is. It is dense polyphenols. I drink mine here every day at 3:00. It is deep, dark red. It has resveratrol in it. It has pomegranate in it. It has grape skins in it. Muscadine grape extract. It is deep and dark. And that is how you know it is full of nutrition. It is so powerful that I have several screenshots here of people that sent me their testimonials that I've asked for over the last while. And some of them are just remarkable. Emily says, it has changed my life, literally. I was poisoned 6+ years ago and have spent the majority of the time since in bed with horrible pain. I couldn't exercise, even walking was super painful and would leave me bedridden for days. Then we saw the cellular reset And my husband immediately said, "This is for you." Within days, I could tell a major difference. My pain decreased, my inflammation dropped, and I had more energy. I have since been able to start exercising, and not just walking. I mean lifting heavy weights at the gym 3 days a week. You can't even imagine what this product has done for me, and I finally have hope that I will be around for the long term. Nutrition. This is what the body said, but it's not just nutrition. Okay. Feasting window, right? We're talking about 16-hour feasting or fasting rather. And then eating in that feasting window. We're talking about working on your gut microbiome, making sure that you're repopulating, you're taking out all the stuff that's causing the little perforations in your stomach. And then you're piling in nutrition, like the cellular reset. And yeah, this is going to give everybody a great foundation to start from. This is a great foundation to start from. Just following this. Like, you know what? My colleagues charge thousands of dollars for this information. Thousands. I'm just thinking about it as I'm talking to you. My colleagues charge thousands of dollars for this information. You have to go back multiple visits, and then they give you this. They tell you, buy this supplement, take this, and they charge for their time. And I totally understand it. You know, they've been through years and years of schooling, and they have a brick and mortar operation that they have to support. So I understand it. But I am doing this every day, bringing awareness to this because it is meaningful to change the culture on a much bigger scale. Because not everybody will pay to go see an, quote, alternative practitioner. Not everybody will. And so we can hit so many more people through this radio show. We can hit so many more people by you going and say, you know what I heard on this radio show today? I heard that we should be eating in a feasting window so that our bodies can go through autophagy. It's just, cleaning it up. It's your sewer system, your way your body cleans things up. And I also heard, that we have to take probiotics because a lot of our food is dead nowadays. It doesn't contain the microbiome that we need because our soils are different. We're killing our soils with pesticides and herbicides. And then I heard that we have to flood our body with polyphenols. And then we can get to controlling our inflammation and a better quality of life. That's how we do it, people. Tell your story. You've been listening to Naturally Inspired Radio. I'm Tammy Cuthbert-Garcia. I'm so glad you joined me.
Are you ready to stay informed and inspired 24/7? Tune in to Naturally Inspired Radio anytime, anywhere. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com, or for the best mobile experience, download the Simple Radio app. Search for Naturally Inspired Radio. Save it to your favorites, and click on the graphic to listen instantly. Catch live broadcasts, revisit past shows, dive into long-form podcast conversations, and discover rare, censored presentations by leading health experts. Plus, explore documentaries uncovering the hidden truths of occult and esoteric history. Stay connected, stay inspired. Naturally Inspired Radio is always at your fingertips. Tune in now. For health questions or comments, text Tammy directly at 720-303-8868. naturallyinspiredradio.com.
Nearly 40% of Americans struggle with a $400 emergency expense. An extra $300 a month can be the difference between stability and financial stress.
Are you feeling the pinch of rising expenses? Imagine what an extra $300, $500, or even $1,000 a month can do for you. Introducing a simple 3-step system designed to help you create a steady income without the overwhelm. Step 1, follow our easy-to-use plan. Step 2, take small, consistent actions. Step 3, stay motivated with weekly coaching designed to keep you on track and moving forward. Whether you're saving for a family vacation, paying down debt, or just looking for breathing room, this system is for you. You don't need special skills, just the desire to make change. Join a growing community of success stories today. Visit simpleincome.info or text 720-764-7448.